local marketing meetup. This is Jordan Pearce. Excited to have you guys come out today. We're going to be going over how to get your local business showing up more in AI. Welcome to today's marketing meetup. We do have some return visitors here, so thank you for that.
Is that going to be distributing the sound?
Today, so last time we went over, we talked about getting your business listed on Google Maps. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about branding and also getting into AI. Google Business is definitely a big, great lead source for getting onto Google Maps and also getting a lot of leads. But just because of the rise of AI, there's even additional steps that's going to be needed because Google is no longer the kind of primary factor where people find their information. Now they're turning to different AI models to look up local businesses. We'll cover some of those different AI companies. So a little bit about me. My name is Jordan Pearce. I've been doing local SEO, web development since around 2007. I do have a couple of companies, and we also run a private training group called Try to Rank Method, where we actually teach you how to rank your business on Google. And I also do offer one-on-one consulting as well. So today we're going to be going over local branding, setting everything up as far as your branding goes, some key things to look into, and then we're going to be taking a look at some different AI models. The main ones we're going to be covering today is going to be a company called Perplexity, Gemini, which is owned by Google, and also ChatGPT. So local branding, when we think of local branding, what do you think about when you say a local brand? Right.
I think of service area businesses, like Paintless Dent Repair in Concord.
Yeah.
I mean,
so we're here at Viscom Studios. They're a local brand. They service, local businesses here in the area. That's when I take a look at local branding. Some of the best ways that we can get into branding our business, we look at our Google business profile being our kind of general umbrella, and then we look at other directories that we want to be on, things like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Apple Maps, Bing, things like that. Those are called citations, so you definitely want to get onto some of those major directories. The best way that I can say to find some of these types of companies, just do a brand search. So in this case, we're looking at Leapfrog Plumbing. You can just type in your business name. If you don't see you showing up in the results, sometimes it's good to add, something like a geo modifier, like in this case, Walnut Creek, since you're located actually in Walnut Creek. Some of the big things I look at, especially for a plumbing business, these are service businesses where, the company's going out to the customer. So some big directories are going to be things like Yelp, Nextdoor, Better Business Bureau, MapQuest. So if you're typing in your brand name and you're at least not seeing some of these results, that's a problem. So it's very important that when you type in your business name that you are being found in some of these different directories. Also, too, on the last meeting we had, we talked about setting up your Google business profile, and also you definitely importance of getting into your social profiles, so things like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and things like that. On your Google business profile, you can actually list, I think, about up to 5 or 6 different social profiles directly into your profile. You're going to see different results depending on your type of business, but house is a really big one for home services. Another one is Nextdoor, things like that. If all things are going well, this should be something that you should be seeing. This is just a dashboard that we built to kind of help monitor how a brand is operating. So when we look at things like your citation health, that's basically means the directories that you're on, your social media, making sure that you're on, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Another big one too is brand mentions. So brand mentions are basically any places where people are basically talking about your brand. That could be things on like Reddit, Facebook, Instagram. If people are talking about your brand in different Facebook groups, that's definitely a big indicator. So setting everything up, again, you want to be on some of these major directories. There's a couple ways that you can do that. There's basically large data aggregators. There's a company called Newstar. And this is just basically, they're a huge aggregator, which means that when you submit your information to this company, they will basically, they have a list of publishers where they will actually distribute your information out to different directories, things like Yellow Pages, White Pages, Yelp. A lot of these big directories like Yelp and YP, they actually will buy that information directly from this aggregator.
How
So
much
it just makes things a lot easier rather than having to go submit to each individual directory. It can be pretty monotonous and take up a lot of your time. So this is kind of a good way to help you just kind of put in your information one time and then just let it kind of do its thing and publish out.
So you have to create a login account. For
Yeah, so you just
Newstar.
basically what you do is you'll come in here.
And how much are they? I mean, I'm curious.
I believe they're about $79 a month.
Oh, it's per month.
Not a month. Excuse me.
Or is it what?
For the year?
Oh, per the year.
Yeah.
But how many directories citations do they provide?
It's quite a bit, so I can show you. Let me try and find. This is one of their wholesalers. So here's the list that they distribute out to. You guys see that?
So they'll register like your social media if you don't have it.
Yeah. So these publishers, these directories, basically what they do is they buy the information from Newstar, and so it comes in at different times. You'll notice that like Wikipedia, for example, it's pretty quick, so you'll probably see your information in there usually within about a week. Bing is probably the slowest. It probably takes about 30 to 45 days.
Let's say for voice search, if someone were to do that manually, I mean,
Now, with voice search, a lot of what's happening is like if someone's talking in, let's say you have an Apple and you say, "Hey Siri, I need a plumber in Concord." Well, Siri defaults to Apple Maps, so even though they call it voice search, it's still defaulting to a search engine.
okay.
So, that's one kind of misconception that people think. It's like, I need to get into Alexa and, Siri. And again, Siri's owned by Apple. Google Assistant basically uses Google Search, their own search engine, or Google Maps to find that information.
Yeah, I get like telemarketing calls to try to buy into voice search. Why do they do that?
It's bogus. Their voice search is kind of an overhyped thing. It's really nothing.
Okay.
Other than like Microsoft Cortana, it uses Bing as its primary search engine. So as long as you're on Bing or Bing places what they call for local, then you're going to be in voice search.
Okay, so you don't need to pay for that.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of companies. You'll see there's a big Facebook ad going around right now from a company called, I think it's called iMapping. They're trying to push like voice search. Again, voice search is just a way for you to communicate to, Google Search or Google Maps or Apple Maps, depending on, whatever platform.
So the Newstar, NEUSTAR localese is what you should be signing up for.
That's
so
usually
that
that's the easiest way to do it, to get onto all these different directories.
But this says listyourself.net.
Yeah, List Yourself is actually they're a reseller of Newstar.
Oh, okay.
So you can get onto List Yourself they charge a little bit less. I think they're only about $60 for the year.
Yeah. I mean, why would you have to pay for a year when you can possibly get it done for a one-time fee? Is it just their business model?
To me, I would rather just submit once, because it can be very monotonous work having to go into each one of these directories.
Yeah.
And for them, it's just a way for them to make money. Usually, they'll charge you annually, but if you stop paying, like, you're not going to lose access to it.
Exactly.
So because all these directories have already purchased this information, they're not going to remove you just because you stop paying the publisher.
So yeah, you can
so
just pay
really
them.
you just have to pay
You
one
really only have to pay once.
once.
The only time you would ever have to pay again is if you have to update information, then it has to get republished and redistributed out to these other publishers. So, these companies like Anywho, YP, they're usually pretty good about truncating any extra listings. If you have a duplicate or something like that, they'll get rid of it. Just kind of the way things are going, especially with AI, it's extremely important that you have a good understanding of branding and why you need to get into these directories, because a lot of these AI models that we're going to be going over actually will pull kind of the most popular information from Google or other search engines. If you're on Bing, for example, they have a service, their AI is called Copilot, which basically is using ChatGPT or an AI type of model. They've constructed their AI to be kind of more custom for Microsoft, but it's generally pulled from the same data sets. These AIs are getting really good at getting more live data as well. So before, what would happen is when ChatGPT first came out, it was pulling information from, the breaking point was from like 2 years prior. I think the last point was like 2023 or 2022. Now they're getting a lot better of actually getting current data. So it's really important that with your branding is that also too that you're showing up and have good visibility on Google and these major search engines, and you have a good reputation as well, because the recommendations of what these AIs are also putting in is they want to showcase businesses that have a good reputation, good 5-star rating, and have a strong brand. This is actually ran from a company called Perplexity. They're probably one of the best, I would say, when it comes to providing current information. So they source a lot of their data directly from Google. And supposedly there's talks that Google Gemini is actually using a lot of the data from Perplexity because they just have much larger models. And I think eventually Google's going to probably buy them out. So again, if you're focusing on SEO and getting on Google, you really need to make sure that your business stands out, has good visibility, good branding, and that you're ranking, because these businesses that are shown here, 2 of them are actually one of my clients, and they're ranking in the 3-pack. So if we do house.
So how do you get into Perplexity?
So they're sourcing directly from Google.
Oh, so as long as you rank well on
If you're
Google.
ranking well on Google, they're going to pull that information. So one of the businesses was New York NYC House Cleaners. I'm pretty sure that was one of the top ones. Yeah, right here.
Okay, that's how Perplexity looks like.
Yeah. So I'll show you what the actual platform
Yeah, I have not used Perplexity. I usually use Claude.
What is Perplexity?
It's an AI model.
And how do you compare it to like Claude and ChatGPT?
I mean, it's pretty good. I use them in different ways. For general content and testing out searches, I use Perplexity, but for like helping me write some code and some other like postings and things like that and automation, I'll use ChatGPT still.
You don't use Claude?
No.
I use Claude more than ChatGPT. You try it?
I think it kind of just comes down to
What you're doing
me,
for?
it's personal preference, but I use ChatGPT all the time.
Going back to the New Start, can it only be for one business when you're buying one subscription, or you have to buy a subscription for every business?
You'd have to buy one for every business.
Okay.
So you pay the $60 or $70 per brand.
Okay.
So this one, as you can see, like this one, it pulled a little bit slightly different results this time, but in general, most of these are ranking. This is one of the first ones. This was that first brand up here. Lazy Susans, they're ranking pretty decently organically. They're not on maps, but they're ranking organically. Sunlight, I don't see them.
So it looks like they're just pulling in more of organic results rather than maps.
Like Home Cleaning NYC, this is one of my clients. They're ranking #1 in New York for that term. So Perplexity seems to be pulling a lot of the results directly from Google. Some of them it's going to shift a little bit, but in general, it's pretty spot on.
And is Perplexity, does it have a free version and a paid version?
Yeah, I think you get up to a certain amount of searches per month. And then I think it's like $20 or $30 a month. ChatGPT is going to have slightly different results.
So they show a map too,
Mm-hmm.
and is that your client right there?
Mm-hmm.
Or-
And these ones, I believe they're pulling a lot from the beach. But some of these are even older.
So you've just seen Perplexity. It's more like, okay, they have some relationship
Perplexity is
with
probably more
Google.
like current. ChatGPT seems to be kind of all over the place, but not to say that they're definitely going to be making improvements. But you still probably the two primary places you want to be on is high on Google and high on Bing, because those are the two main places that now a lot of these AIs are integrating into and pulling that information, pulling that data.
Makes sense. And so, what's the difference between ranking on Google and on Bing? I mean, pretty much same thing, or
It's not a ton of difference. A lot of Bing is kind of an older style in their algorithms. They still pull a lot from like keyword enriched, and also too, proximity plays a big role as well. We can actually go to Bing. I'm not sure if it's on there. But the cool thing too is if you guys were on in the last meeting we had when we talked about setting up your Google business profile, once you have your business profile already on Google, it's very easy to get on Bing. They literally will just pull the information directly and you can sync it up with your Gmail account.
Here, evolved microdose.
Bing's a little interesting when it comes to displaying.
You're number one on Bing already. If you search it.
Search.
Yeah, no. Well, I searched evolved microdose. I mean, obviously that's the one. Yeah, actually, microdose SF.
So a lot of the businesses aren't even, these don't even pull in from ChatGPT. With the exception of Made Brains, they're probably the only one.
Interesting.
Gemini is owned by Google. Usually those are going to be pulling directly from Google itself, although I have seen some discrepancies even on that.
Oh, this is Gemini. I thought Gemini was. Oh, this is interesting. I've never used Gemini in phone.
So these are pretty old. A lot of these are pretty old, with the exception of eMates. But it seems to be a cache problem. It seems like they're pulling a lot of listing information from like several months ago. Like even some of these businesses aren't even listed on Google Maps anymore. So even Gemini is pretty far back. That's why Google's trying to pull a lot of they're actually trying to merge and possibly buy out Perplexity, because I think they just have a better model. They just did a better job. So eventually Gemini is going to be more current and actually pull information. So the reason why this is important for as a small business is because when it comes to branding, especially on Google, is you're going to find something happening over the next couple of months, even as a regular user. how many of you guys remember 411 when you had to, like, we didn't have smartphones and you had to call an operator to
Yeah.
find a business,
Yeah.
right?
411.
So
Yeah.
we're kind of moving backwards in that direction now. So now eventually we can just say, hey, we're looking for, a plumber, or we're looking for a certain restaurant, and Google's going to give us recommendations for, types of businesses, based on that. So they have this service called Ask for Me. So what's happening is you can just say, hey, Google, find me, I need a plumber in Concord, California. It's going to go out and find that information. It's going to recommend more reputable businesses. So that's why you need to make sure that you're getting reviews. You need to make sure that your reputation is good, that you have good overall experiences from users, because Google's not going to recommend you if you have a bunch of 1-star reviews, or you have people that just don't even like your brand, or they come and visit your business profile. You don't really have a lot of information filled out, and users eventually leave. Then you're not going to be recommended into this platform. I see that this is really the way things are moving forward, because as consumers, we want information right now, and we want it as fast as possible. And the way AI is going, it's able to give us that information very, very quickly. I know even a lot of people, even in my industry, that use Perplexity to even just to do their normal searches, because they're just tired of going through pages on Google and reading stuff that just doesn't make sense, or they're not even finding the information that they're looking for. But now with AI, we can get our basic information that we're looking for in just a little snippet of information, rather than having to scroll through, pages and pages of information. And that's all that I have for today.
Cool. Love it. Thank you.
If you have any questions too, I do have a course called Trident Rank Method. You can go to tridentrankmethod.com. We do have a plan right now. It's normally $1,500 a month, but now you can pay 3 payments of $333, and that's good until the end of next month. And we walk you through everything of how to set up your profile, how to rank on Google Search, Google Maps, and that's run by one of my business partners, Keith Evans. We also have a live show called GBP Roast, where Keith and myself and Dre every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Central Time, or West Coast time, where we make it fun. We have different reactions that we do to different videos of people sharing information and tactics, and then towards the end of the show, we actually do a live roast where we get someone submitting their Google business profile, and we actually do a live audit and tell you what's wrong with it, or things that you can do to improve on it. Things like that.
Can we do example one? I mean, have you set up your Google business
She's
profile?
still waiting.
I
She's still
tried,
having
I
some
got
issues.
rejected, and I don't know what else to do.
Oh, hey. Can we try yours? Can we do a high level quick audit of his?
Sure.
It's search evolve microdose, evolved micro with the D. Well,
This?
yeah, that GBP right there. That's his website. Yep. Oh, we can also ask about why the other one's showing up and how we can.
I've been emailing them back and forth, and I showed them proof that it was my profile and all this, but they won't. They keep giving me the runaround. Booksy.
So Booksy, they end up, for whatever reason, they have some kind of nail company, and we didn't set this up, and
Somebody set up
it's weird.
Fake profiles under my business name, but for law, but it goes back to me anyway, so I don't understand what's going on.
Why would someone do this? Yeah, why would someone set up?
Perplexity. Perplexity says, yeah, there's some confusion because there's a nail salon.
Oh, it's just that. What
I just asked Perplexity about Evolved Microdose.
And they said, "Oh, we don't know." Or
they don't know. It said that here's the business here, but there's also another business with the same name. Looks like there's some kind of confusion or mistake. And I've been trying to get them to pull this down for 2 weeks now.
You tried to reach out to Booksy?
Yeah, I'm literally in an email thread with them.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like they have people that are out of country that must be doing their customer service.
If for some reason you can't get to them, I mean, you can do what's called a DMCA takedown request, and you can actually contact Google and actually have this page removed.
So I did that, and because it has my personal phone number on there, and they said that it didn't qualify because it didn't have other information.
There's a lot of different options. I just would choose them all.
What happens if you click on the three dots? Is there like say, can you report that listing?
I'm pretty sure they kind of changed some of the remove.
A remove result. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you did. That's what you did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I put personal information.
Oh.
Yeah, I would try a couple of different of these options too.
Yeah, but I did what you said though, Dre. So I ended up making a Booksy account with the correct information. So now at least I think on the Google profile, if you actually go to the Google, so that website was hooked into where mine says book.
Appointments.
Hmm.
No, appointments is different.
Oh, different. Oh no, wait. It said. So that's you own this part. So you said,
Yeah,
but it said where did it say? It said
usually on the top where it says book.
there
Unless
was.
they pulled it down.
They probably pulled it down because
What is Booksy?
It looks like they're just a booking software for like salons.
salons,
Oh.
but he's not a salon at all. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, how do they do that?
Well, we don't know.
So anybody can just set up a Booksy account, and you don't have to verify any information.
And that's his personal phone number
That's your
too.
personal phone number?
I actually thought it was like
I
a
don't
hater
even
or something, but I mean,
know, like,
What about that address?
is that your address?
No, so that's close to.
yeah, that's not even the address. The address is that was. Remember, I told you we changed the address.
So
that
is
was
that
the
the
first
old one?
Yeah, that's the old one.
Oh.
Is it the old? What is the address?
The Grant Avenue.
51 Grand Avenue.
Yes. Yeah, so that's the old address. Yeah, so that popped up when we put the first address in.
Is there a nail salon close by there? Do you know if there's actually a nail salon?
I don't know.
Oh. But yeah, so we end up creating a Google Voice
Salon
number.
Tonight, even this too.
Yeah, why is there so many
So
salons?
that one, it just popped up a couple days ago. I have no idea.
That's weird. And then it's like,
It has the same services. It has the same.
Yeah.
and your
address.
number.
It looks like the exact same
Yeah, like some.
site.
But that's not the name of their business.
Well,
No.
they-
So somebody already texted me to book a nail appointment for their.
I thought I was about to ask, are you being like bombarded with phone calls?
I just had one so far. Somebody texted me to book to have their daughter do their nails.
You're
I
like,
was like, sorry, we're not a nail
I
salon.
can bring some shrooms.
I mean,
I don't even know why they would choose your business.
Yeah,
nothing to
makes
do.
Sometimes
no
companies
sense.
just scrape like new businesses and they just put something in there
Yes,
is that-
to grow their site and make it look like they have all this like business information in there.
so they pretty much just scrapped the
That-
first one
that's-
and just
that's
named
what
it.
I think happened.
It's
I wonder
pretty
if,
common to grow your database is to do stuff.
but why Microdose? There's no relation to.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Nails.
There's no relation to it. I don't
I
understand.
don't know, unless you
And-
have some funky salon
they would have-
slash.
And like you can't meet their service, so they would have a bad,
Yeah.
experience with.
Correct.
So they wouldn't even want to go to that nail salon.
I'm thinking you don't want a bad review. You don't want to get someone putting something.
Yeah.
People reviews on there.
No, they may say, "Hey,
They may find
Yeah.
I
yours.
mean, that's why I changed
It says no. You can leave reviews.
Well, I don't care if somebody leaves a review on there.
Yeah, I would just contact them like, hey, this needs to be done within 48 hours. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
reach out. I would.
Yeah,
just-
or
I
just
would
Who would
like-
you
try them.
contact?
they're the
I've
webmaster."
already. So first, they already told me. At first, they told me that they were going to pull it down, and then they didn't. They said it would take 3 days. I was like, okay. I waited 4 days, and it was still up. And then I've been emailing them back and forth, and they were like, "Show me proof that it's yours." I'm like, "Here's here." And I was like, "How do you prove the form?" I was like, "You can just call me or text me."
Yeah.
And yeah, they're
You know, I had a there's someone providing a service before when there weren't legal companies, but you can register like a legal domain and just say, "Hey," and just send out cease and desist. even
Yeah,
though-
but you get cut.
Oh, you get in trouble.
Being a lawyer though,
Oh,
it's not worth that. But I would just say, hey, I'll as it gets taken down, I'll just have my lawyer reach out to you, and we can take care of it from there.
but it's crazy because now there's a couple of them now because there's the salon tonight and then Booksy.
Yeah, the salon. That's what I was texting you just in case to see if your guy was accidentally putting up.
Oh no, I mean it's not in there, right? It's not. We saw it, but yeah. Because at first we thought it was my provider for citations that was registering all this, but we looked at these sites and they weren't even in there. So
Yeah, I just emailed them again yesterday.
but yeah, so back to Google Business Profile. Is there anything that you would recommend? Things that you see
What
that
would
right
you
away?
say like your main like keywords would be, like how people would how you would like to be found? I should add.
Microdose, SF.
Microdose.
Yeah, you search Microdose.
Yeah, I mean that or so psychedelics in San Francisco. So the thing is, like, I'm trying to still be careful, right? So like on the Google business profile, I didn't actually like put psychedelics, or put that it's a mental wellness center.
Oh, did you just get a redirect?
No,
When you search
this is just another. Did you do this campsite? Unless your team did
That
it.
might be your guy, Dre.
Probably.
That's what it looks like.
But when you search Microdose San Francisco, where'd it go? It went. Oh yeah, so it popped up. So we're doing. I think I was telling Rob that the competition is just really low right now. So I think we're ranking really well for Microdose. I mean,
Yeah, did you tell him I got I'm already like verified?
yeah. And he got verified like immediately.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sure.
Why would be that? Because I thought he would have to take pictures and do.
Sometimes it's just like because of the category, because it's just fresh. Sometimes it's just. I mean, like even that one I did for Red Hat, it got verified within like 30 minutes.
Yeah, yours was like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like right.
Yeah, I think it also pulled because it found me on LinkedIn too, so it found my business.
And he drives it all the time. And he has his Google account. He drives. That's actually he goes there like his driving.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking.
sometimes like even for your case, that's why sometimes it's good to do like all of your branding first, and then Google's like, okay, this is a real business. We'll go ahead and just verify you. So that might be something you may want to do if you're still not having luck being able to verify.
I mean, the
When you
only
say branding, what do you mean?
Like all the directories on Newstar, like get on those other directories.
Okay.
Those. Baby.
but we had the webs. The only thing we had at the time where we got verified right away was the website. We only had a website.
Yeah, but on the website, I
We-
did put the address on there.
Are you using a
Is she
Gmail?
stuck?
I don't know. I think she is.
He.
Or he, everybody. Like,
Saved your life.
Yeah, we didn't do the citations till after. We just created the website and then
Yeah, we created the website, and then on the website, I used Canva's Google Map app, and then I put that as a locator on my web page. So if you go to the Evolved Microdose,
he created the website in Canva. This is through Canva.
yeah, so click locate.
you created this in Canva?
Yeah, and he published it through Canva. We just
Really?
we just put the name servers to point there, and this is what they created.
All the branding and stuff I did.
Yeah, this is
So
created in
I
Canva.
used Canva to create it.
It's actually hosted on Canva too.
Really?
Yeah, this is hosted on Canva. We just pointed the name servers to there. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool when he made it. I was like, "You made this on Canva?" I had the same exact reaction.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of compliments on the branding on the website. The verbiage.
Yeah, it's pretty
So-
solid.
Yeah, I mean, I had experience writing like pitch decks.
And this is the one the other one you were trying to verify?
Yeah,
That was the first one, and then we had to change it over to the other one because at first he told me I could do it, and then after a couple days, oh, I don't want it on there. And then so the other church said it was fine, so we just changed the address to the other church.
Yeah, if you guys want to go, this Saturday, if you guys into sound baths and
Yeah, we're taking a trip to SF this week.
yeah, this is SF. Come hang out.
Yeah, if you're into like sound baths, we're doing an amazing event. I have a
You
couple
wanna check
that
that
they
out?
sing.
6:45.
Yeah,
And then-
if you're into psychedelics, we have a psychedelic mocktail bar with microdose drinks.
No alcohol, just
Yeah, no alcohol.
That's crazy.
and you're supposed to function better.
Yeah, it
under-
basically feels like alcohol, but you're still in control.
Yeah, in your case, because of the type of business it is, I would. It's good that you put a lot of this content on your site because I would focus on your website being the one that supports your business listing.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to do a lot of like posts directly on there. You got to be kind of careful if you find out that you get a customer and like, hey, I left a review for you, but it's not showing up. It could be content issues because they happen to mention certain things. So just be cautious of when you're kind of asked for it. Just sometimes you kind of have to coach them a little bit of what you want them to maybe talk about, because a lot of times it may show that the review is live on their end, but on your business it's not showing. But that's usually because probably of the type of business that you want.
Yeah.
So rely heavily on your website. I'm assuming just the way things are going, I think Colorado was one of the first ones to legalize mushrooms, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Washington
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
Oregon. California is going to probably be next, so you may want to start getting ready to have, are you 21, and display on your site
So
to like
that's what
ensure
I
things
need
like that.
Dre to do. I need to basically get this off of Canva because Canva, I can't.
It's a great
Super
site
great.
for a good start.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would reach out to them if they have any type of export. I don't know how they.
Oh no, I've been looking for like how to convert this into a WordPress theme and stuff like that. I may even just have someone just like actually
I'm just curious
do it.
what their code looks like.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you know any tools that can convert it?
I could probably copy it and bring it over. I'd have to take a look at the code and see if they have anything that's directly in there to be able to. Oops.
So if you download the whole site as HTML, yeah.
It shows the text document. I don't know why it's doing that.
It was in HTML though.
No.
Does it open as? Or?
Yes, they have a lot of it blocked off.
What do you mean blocked off?
Just the way they have the code. I can. Oops, wrong one.
Like how I can't copy your text on Red Hat. I was trying to copy text on your Red Hat and it said you can't do it.
Blocked.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't.
And you can't do. You can still check the source code.
So from that Canvas source code, you can't really grab anything. It's just what secured or something.
I have some other tools that I could probably.
Yeah, would love to know and see if you. if you
I
can.
mean, like it's pretty good.
No, I was telling him like he did a great job on because basically like you mentioned he makes a lot of pitch decks. If you think about it, it's sections off as a slide. That's like.
So I've got a tool that it actually. So this is a complete downloaded version. It just.
Oh, it is
compressed.
downloaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Google Business is so content heavy, it pulls a lot of information from your website. Just keep publishing on your site, and if there's things that you can make edits and things like that, put a lot of the words that you're trying, that you want to be found on, which it's already looks like it's doing quite a
But
bit.
you know, when he was doing that, it would drop, right? It would drop a minute and then it'll climb back up.
Yeah.
Every time he makes edits, it actually drops for his own brand name.
Yeah, it would drop like a page, and then it would take a few days for it to catch back up.
Yeah, it's the caching is probably 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, I get to update that a little more frequently, ask questions, type stuff to answer Google questions. I'll do that next week.
It's pretty solid. I mean, there's no competition, but still, it's
I know,
this is
it's-
how this is a great page.
I mean, especially like we're getting now that we're first to market is actually going to take, right. It will actually benefit
Yeah.
when it gets legalized here. We're already up there, so it's like
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to bank on.
Yeah,
is-
just focus on brand. You know, push out. You know, I don't know what type of social content you can push out with video, but Instagram's huge right now, especially on Google.
I'm banned on
you get banned from pushing stuff like this on
Instagram
Instagram.
changed their policies so that you cannot promote psychedelics in a positive way. That's fucking terrible. They changed it like
Yeah.
last October.
I had to register
They
his
wiped out
account.
All of my accounts.
I had to actually I had to register an Instagram account for it to make it for him.
Yeah, I can't even register an account.
Eventually, you're gonna want to get.
Oh, what is this?
Get
Illegal
on this.
legit
Script is basically a third-party organization where you can get certified to be able to be kind of a reputable company. This is back
Oh.
when CBD came out to know the
Oh,
advertising
interesting.
Google ads and
Okay.
Facebook ads. You had to get legit script approved in order to get on those platforms. So
So you can advertise on those
yeah,
platforms.
there may be other companies like this, but before this was kind of like the go-to company to get approved. Also, too, like drug rehab centers, you had to get legit script approved to even do ads on Google. So
Oh.
this would maybe something. Last time I checked, they were pretty pricey to go through the process, but it may be something at some point you'll want to get into.
And there may be competitors, alternatives, because that's
There may be. This was when we looked into this. This was probably 5 or 6 years ago.
okay.
So
But they're probably the
they're
one
probably
most
the
legit.
main
Like
primary
yeah.
one. I mean, even Facebook was like, in Google was like, you
Oh,
have
here.
to get approved
Okay.
in order to get on them.
That's interesting. So that's
10 of the
actually
alternatives.
good to know for at least CBD.
A lot of
clients.
times too, if you're going to get approved for merchant processing, you have to go through a company like this because it's kind of a third-party verification that just show that you have all the. Because like CBD,
Oh yeah. So
you
this
had to show
This is how they're
like
doing hemp right now.
you had to show like labels and everything like that and show where everything was made. You had to show a proof of manufacturing. All the companies that were doing hemp in California get in a lot of trouble because of stuff like this. So you may want to like jumpstart it now if they have something for psychedelics.
That'll make us more of an authority.
And if you can be an early adapter for getting in to do ads and things like that,
Yeah.
it's you.
Kill it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Learned a bunch of stuff. Thank you.